Hey everybody, it's me Amanda. I'm just making a quick video to share with parents on how to set up what's called guided access in iOS. So this is helpful for families that have iPads or iPhones that their kids get on to look at videos or play games, or even to do some of their online learning during this time of social distancing. Guided access basically is a feature in iOS that parents can use to predetermine what the kids can and can't get into on the iPad. So this is really helpful for those parents that are trying to work from home and just need, to know that they can give them the iPad and they're going to do whatever educational game that was they wanted them on, whatever show they wanted them watching, without being concerned that they're going to get off and get onto something else that they didn't really want them looking at. So to set up guided access, you're going to go to settings. You're going to go to accessibility. Then, yep, here we go. So all the way at the bottom, guided access. You're going to turn that on. Here's where you'd set your passcode. So, you can set it to something different than what you use to get in the tablet, which is good because a lot of times kids know the passcode for the tablet. You can set up the Touch ID, so that's helpful for that. Time limit, so you can use guided access to limit the amount of time they're able to spend on the tablet. So that's really good if you've got kids that really like certain game apps, but you really want to try to limit that to 20 minutes or whatever. That is not what time limits is right here, though. All this does in settings is it gives you the option of what sound is going to play when the time is up. So you can pick from all those different ringtones. And then also, if you turn on speak, it's going to give them a spoken kind of warning before the time is up. So that's good sometimes for kids that need that little heads up that their time's about to be up. I wouldn't worry about anything else on here right now. So you've got guided access turned on. Just as an example, we're going to go to YouTube, since that is definitely something our kiddos spend a lot of time on. And it's great. There's lots of great shows and things on there, a lot of educational programming, but then it's also easy for them to very quickly get into something we don't want them to be looking at. So here comes guided access to help us with that. So I'm going to just search for PBS Kids because we know PBS Kids is good stuff. Quality programming. We're okay with them watching that. And let's just go through. Okay, let's say, here we go. We've got a full episode of this program here. So, we want them to watch this.
Hands. Wash your hands before you eat.
So,
Wash your hands before
in
you
order
sleep.
to start
Wash your
guided
hands
access,
after you go to the bathroom.
Triple click the home button. So you can't see me do
pretty
this,
soon
but
I'm
that's
gonna
what
have
I'm
to
doing.
wash my
Clicking really
hands
fast
before
each
I
time.
wash my hands.
Alright, so that's turned on guided access. So now,
what I want
I'm
to know
trying to hit
is
the home button
why?
right now, and it's not
Why
going
do I
anywhere.
gotta keep washing my...
And I'm trying to get out of YouTube, and I can't. But here's the problem. If they're just in YouTube, they can still go and they can search whatever and get to whatever. So that might not be what you want. You want them to be in YouTube, but you don't want them to be going to everything that's in YouTube. So we've got a couple other options. One thing you can do, if you have decided you want them just to watch this video, you can make it bigger, and then you can triple click again. 1, 2, 3. Put my passcode in. Now I've come to this sort of control panel here. If I go down to options, so right now, because that says where it says touch, it's green. They can still kind of tap on all the icons and get to different things. If I turn that off, they can't go anywhere. So if I go and resume that, they can't even turn that on, which is not exactly what we want. So there's one thing you can do. You can turn that back on, go
Hands!
and turn it off. And then it should.
Sid, breakfast time.
Okay, so now
Cool, I'm really
they're
hungry.
watching, but I'm touching the screen right now, and I
Oh boy,
can't get to anything.
breakfast
So that's
time.
pretty restrictive, but at least you know if you hand them this, they're gonna watch that show that you actually wanted them to watch.
Hey, Mom. Hey, Zeke.
And
Hey, Dad.
they can still turn the volume up and down,
Bless you.
Bless you.
all that good stuff.
Thank you.
So
Morning, Sid.
let's look at
Hey,
some of
Dad.
the other things
So,
we can do.
let me guess.
Okay, so
You're
I
washing your
triple clicked again,
hands
and
so
that
that
ended
we
it,
don't all catch
which
your
is not
cold.
what I wanted. So let me put my passcode in. All right, it's brought us back to our options. Anytime you want to do anything with guided access, turn it on, turn it off, or try to get to the different options, you're triple clicking the home button. So let's give them the ability to touch the screen. We'll leave the volume, so you can, if you are toggling things on in here, you're giving them the option to be able to do that. So if I want them to be able to, put it to sleep or turn it on, I would want that to be green. Motion is flipping the screen back and forth. Keyboard, if you want them to be able to access the keyboard, that's got to be on there. Time limit is what we were talking about earlier, where you can set a time. So you can say, all right, I don't want them to be on this app or this game for more than 30 minutes or whatnot. And then that's when that alarm will come on. And then they won't be able to do anything with the iPad at that point until you put the passcode back in. So say we want them in YouTube and watching PBS Kids stuff, but we don't want them going out, but we also don't want to lock them just into this video. So what we can do, let's
Very
go back
good. You remembered what I
here.
told you about.
So I was able to just exit out of that. Maybe I want them to be able to watch anything, within this, but I don't want them to be able to, minimize that and go search and whatnot. So let's go back to guided access, and then what I'm doing is I'm just dragging my finger kind of around that top part, and I've now grayed that out. So they can't get out, they can't get to the search bar, they can't do any of that. But when we go back in,
Washing your
they can
hands.
turn the video on and
Excellently
off.
remembered.
They
High five.
can
No
expand the
high
screen.
fives.
They can minimize it.
Yeah, your
And
mom's
then
right.
they can go
I've been
find any
sneezing
of
all
these
morning,
videos
so
down here.
there's
So if they
germs
want to
all
go to
over my
something
hands.
different
Yeah.
that's sort of in that PBS
So,
Kids queue,
germs are the things that make you get
they
a
can
cold?
do that.
Yep, that's right.
So
Well, I don't see any germs.
the limitation there is
Ladies and
if
gentlemen,
they go to a different
give
video
it
and
up
they want to
for
go back
the
to what they
one
had, they can't.
and
Like,
only
they're kind of stuck with what's there because really all this is doing is
Woo!
this is just presenting some
Well,
shit
thank
posts
you,
and-
thank you.
But they
Hey
do
there.
have, a few
Oh,
other
Arnie,
things
you're
they
looking
can
bigger, buddy.
so
Easy
it's
on
a
the
little
dino
bit more
burgers, huh?
freedom. It's not perfect,
Nah.
but it's the ability to search.
Dr. Beeks, great
if
to
they
have you
bring it
here,
to
man.
and want you to put in a
And
search
it's
for
great to
something,
have you here,
then
too.
You can search it for them, turn it on, and they can kind of look
I
at
smell
whatever's
pancakes
sort
cooking
of
in the kitchen.
readily
That
available
means
within
it's
that parameter.
pancake
Then
day.
they can turn it on and off. So if they want to take a
Bone
break from watching it, go do something else, they don't have to come to you for that. So those are just a few different things that you can do with that feature. There's lots of different applications for this. Games, like I said, keeping them from getting out of apps, that sort of thing. If you have any questions, I'm always available. You can drop a comment in this post, shoot me an email, whatever you want to do. And other than that, if I can, now I've locked myself
You
in
love those
here. Okay.
pancakes. Bing.
Thank you for listening.